high. But believe it or not, there's an even taller structure. It's an oil rig. It stands in the Gulf of Mexico, just off the coast of America. It's called the Texaco Petronas Compliant Platform, and it's 75 metres out of the water.
75 metres?
Hey,
yeah.
That's nothing.
It's a fantastic piece of engineering, though. The platform itself is larger than a football pitch.
Yeah, but it's only 75 metres high. It's not as big as the others.
Well, it weighs 61,000 tonnes, though. That's more than 100 jumbo jets.
It's nothing
it's
like the
tiny.
others. Absolutely right.
If you'll let me finish.
OK.
It's just that most of it is actually underwater. Now, it stands on specially constructed legs, which actually wobble so that it moves with the movement of the sea, and it stands at 610 metres tall. So, how tall can you be? Well, if you're an oil platform, very tall indeed.
Extraordinary. How dangerous is a dead snake?
Well, by definition, Fred, if it's dead, it's anything but dangerous.
Not dangerous at
You
all.
would think so, wouldn't you? But in actual fact, a dead rattlesnake can be extremely dangerous. Now, rattlesnakes live mainly in the Americas. There are several species of them, all of them poisonous. They only get aggressive and bite if they feel threatened, which is usually if you've surprised them. Then they'll track you with infrared sensors between their eyes and their nose, which detect body heat. And if they're really upset, they might fold out their fangs, grab your leg, and inject venom. Pretty nasty, but it's not really altogether the snake's fault. Here's a very dear friend of mine, Hissing Sid, the rattlesnake. Nice little chap, isn't he? The trouble is, when people see snakes like this, their instinctive reaction is, I must kill it. And what they'll often do is chop the poor old rattlesnake's head off, sometimes with a spade.
Oh.
But don't worry, it's only a model, he's not real.
Surely he's not dangerous with his head cut off.
Well, actually, yes, he certainly could be. Snakes are different to us, you see. Their brains require much less oxygen. So even though his head has been chopped off, it can still survive for at least an hour. And its jaws and fangs and infrared sensors are still working, so don't pick up the decapitated head of a snake because it might just bite you.
You're kidding, Fred.
Well, actually, I'm not. And furthermore, if the chopped off bit is long enough, it can sometimes lunge at you.
Nah, you're just winding me up because you know I don't like snakes.
So, how dangerous is a dead snake? Well, it can be very dangerous indeed. So the moral of the story is, don't kill them. You're right.
Yeah, I was going to kill this one. How can you see sound?
No, you can't see sound, Gareth. You hear sound.
You get mixed up.
Well, you're right. Ordinarily, you hear sound. But thanks to a little Welsh wizardry, I've engineered a device which allows you not only to hear, but to see sound.
Oh, this will be good.
We hear sound because it's made by movement, and speakers generate sound by moving. They vibrate. They actually vibrate themselves and move the air in front of the speaker, and it's that vibrating air that we hear as sound. I've attached a mirror to the cone of the speaker, and I'm going to shine a laser light onto that mirror, and that light will be reflected onto this screen over here. Now, watch what happens when I put some vibrations through my speaker. In other words, I turn on the sound. That dot starts dancing. We're seeing the speaker moving. And as I turn it up really loud, we're actually seeing the sound. It's a fantastic effect. Now, you can make yourself a sound-to-light converter, and you don't need lasers, and you don't need your family's best hi-fi. All you need is an empty can of baked beans with a hole cut in both ends, and a rubber balloon stretched over one end, and a bit of a mirrored tile glued onto that balloon. You need a good torch. Now, what you can do is hold your sound-to-light converter in front of a speaker and watch it work, but better still, this is the thing to do. You can actually see the sound of your own voice. All you have to do is bounce the torch light off your mirror and shout and scream. Another fantastic effect, and that's how you can see sound with a bit of a balloon, a can, and a good torch. That's how.
Sound, Gareth. How can you make hot chocolate?
Oh, it's a lovely bedtime drink.
Yeah, all you have to do is add the powder to the milk and heat it up. Easy.
Well, that's one way, but I've got another way. Now, what you want to do is get yourself a recipe to make chocolate brownies. Most recipe books should have a recipe in there, or you can buy packets these days from the supermarket. Make yourself a mix-up. Now, then you're going to take some fresh chilies. This is what's going to give your brownies the kick.
Chilies?
About 6 medium-strength chilies, and take the seeds out. That's really important because the seeds are very, very hot. Remove the seeds, chop them up finely, and add them to your chocolate brownie mix. Now, be careful not to touch the chilies, and if you do touch them, make sure you wash your hands before you touch your eyes or put them in your mouth, because it can be quite painful. Okay, so there you go. Take a baking tin, which you've greased with some butter, and pour your chocolate brownie mix in there. Okay, and spread it out around the edges. Now, refer back to your original recipe and follow the instructions, but usually you will put it in an oven heated to about 180 degrees,
God,
like
looks
these ones,
scrummy.
for about 25 minutes. Yeah,
Smells
those
nice.
ones have been in for a while.
Can't wait.
So while they cool down, you can have a taste of these, which have already cooled. Try one of those.
Very, very kind of you.
Thank you, Fred.
Oh,
They really are delicious.
I like chili and I like chocolate.
Oh, try some of that homemade lemonade, Fred.
No,
It's-
would you mind?
it's a bit
just,
warm
it was
for
lovely.
you.
It was just a bit on the hot side. You don't mind, do you?
No,
Um,
it's nice and refreshing, that.
God, that's warm.
Silly me, I forgot to mention that's my special homemade chili lemonade. Now, what I did was I took some dried chilies and soaked it in the lemonade for about 10 minutes before straining them off, and it gives your homemade lemonade a real kick. So there you've got it. Homemade chili aid to go with your hot chocolate brownies. So, how do you make your chocolate hot? Well, it's easy, with as many chilies as you dare.
Oh, delicious. Oh. How can you make sense in a looking glass world?
Fred, I have difficulty understanding this world.
Is this something to do with Alice and the looking
Yes,
glass?
actually it is, because funny things happen when you look into a mirror, particularly for certain letters. Take a look at this word. It looks vaguely Russian, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Put it in front of a mirror, and suddenly it becomes rather English.
Says
It
Fred.
becomes
Oh, yeah.
Fred. Because the mirror will reverse certain letters. So you could write to your friends in code, write backwards in code, and they can only decipher the message by looking in a mirror. It doesn't always work, though. I've got two very dear friends called Otto and Ava.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely people, aren't they? Absolutely smashing. Put them in front of a mirror, and something, well, odd happens, because they don't get reversed. Well, they do in a way. They become Ava and Otto. That's as well as I can
That's
do
the way
with
it
them.
should be, girls first.
And there are other letters which, if you put them in front of a mirror, well, they won't get reversed. Look,
B,
horizontal to a mirror, yes.
C, E, H, I, K, O, X. It's the same both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these letters, vertical to a mirror, also don't get reversed.
A, H, I, M, O, T, U, V, X, Y, no.
Right, exactly. But you can change someone's character completely with a mirror. I mean, we've all heard of Wild Bill Hickok.
Oh, yeah, that
fella.
horrible old cowboy. He's
Cowboy,
evil.
really evil man. Stick Wild Bill in front of a mirror, and what happens? He becomes Mild
Mild
B.
Bill.
Hickok. Well, OK, the L's not right, is it? But he ain't going to worry anymore, because now he's a really mild, equable sort of fellow, you see, and all thanks to my mirror. So how can you make sense in a looking glass world? Simply by picking your letters very carefully indeed. You have a go.
How can your knees tell the time?
Well, my niece she's only about 2, so she can't tell the time, yeah?
No, not your knees. I'm talking about your knees, you know, the bendy bit halfway down
Oh,
your
yeah.
leg.
Yes.
Right. You see, all living creatures on this planet, from, you know, frogs to lovely Welsh daffodils and even TV presenters, are equipped with a body clock. Now, we have a body clock to keep us in sync with the day.
Yeah. So you're awake during the day, you're asleep at night.
Exactly.
What about the knees?
I'll come to that in a minute. But the thing about the body clock is that you can actually fool it, and travel is a good way of fooling the body clock. You know, jet lag. If I were to fly to Japan, the journey would take about 12 hours. When I got there, Japan is 9 hours ahead of us. Now, according to my body clock, it's midnight, way after my bedtime. I'm really drowsy. But here in Japan, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's getting up and getting ready to go to work. Now, I would have to reset my body clock, and that means being a bit drowsy during the day for a few days and being wide awake at night.
But I understand this, but you were talking about knees.
Yes, knees.
Yes. Well, what is it that resets the body clock? Light is the answer. And it's been discovered recently that the chemicals that make the eyes sensitive to light are present in other parts of the body, including, would you believe, the back of your knees.
There, boy.
And you can actually reset your body clock by shining light on the back of your knees.
Gareth, this is absolute rubbish.
No, it isn't. It really, really does work. And because it really works, I've turned it into a bit of a scheme to make us some money.
Oh, really? Tell us more.
With the aid of technology, I have come up with the perfect device that will beat jet lag. Guys, come on, we're going to make a commercial.
Ooh, I'm a little sceptical.
Lights, camera, and market.
Jet lag, be gone commercial, take one.
Stand by and cue Fred.
Look, I look ridiculous.
Oh, Fred, just do it. This is going to make us a fortune. Besides, you'll be all the rage with the jet set.
With my new Jet Lag Be Gone patent knee lamps, jet lag is a thing of the past. Whether you're traveling to New York, Honolulu, Tokyo, Hawaii, Rome or Rio, let them know you've arrived with Jet Lag Be Gone.
And cut and print it. Fred, darling, you are absolutely marvellous.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. That's how we can make an absolute fortune. That's how your knees can tell the time. And that's how for now.
Yeah, you look really good, actually, yeah.
Fred, we would tell you. Fred, I have to say, your knees gave a great performance. Shame we can't say the same for the rest of you.
Tomorrow, see Gareth take a run and jump into a giant hole all the way to